So hello guys, today I'm gonna review and unbox my new mobile phone Mi-11X 5G. So let's get started. This is my new Mi-11X mobile phone and I bought it from Amazon during the Great Indian Festival sale, and it costed me around 25,000 rupees with discount. After opening the lid, we see the SIM ejector tool and the USB-C to 3.5mm audio jack converter. This phone doesn't have that 3.5mm port, which is kind of removed from most of the flagship phones of Samsung and Apple and MI. After it comes the cheap quality rubber back cover, which is not good for any mobile, and if you are a guy who prefers back covers, then aramid back covers would be a safer option. And there comes that manual, which is kind of a waste of paper, so just throw it, nobody actually reads it. And there comes the mobile, which I will show you later, so let's keep it aside for now. And there comes that USB-C cable, and it is kind of a very good quality cable, so don't ever lose it, because if you will lose it, you won't be able to use the turbocharging feature of this mobile. And there is that 33 watt charger brick, and I think 33 watt is kind of a sweet spot, because 67 watt and 120 watt are too much for a battery and it damages the battery. If I talk about this design, the design looks quite good, and this is the cosmic black variant. So the front and back both are made up of glass, the Corning Gorilla Glass 5. So if you go for that other variants, the Celestial Silver and the white one, they will come with a matte back, and I prefer those because this one catches a lot of fingerprints, which looks quite bad. So I will prefer those other variants. So now if I talk about the specs, it comes with that Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 flagship processor, 120Hz FHD plus AMOLED dot display, 48 megapixel AI triple camera, 4520 mAh battery, 128GB UFS 3.1 ROM and 8GB LPDDR5 ROM, and also there is a 6GB variant of it. Now if I talk about the display, MI kind of nailed it. It comes with 120Hz FHD plus AMOLED dot display panel, 360Hz touch sampling, HDR10 plus support, and also wideband L1 support. Let's see a clip. I kind of like the display, and it also comes with IP53 rating, but don't drop it into water because it may damage the mobile, and it is not kind of water resistant. Now if I talk about the speakers are quite good, and they also come with high resolution audio and Dolby Atmos support. Let's just hear it.
Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. and watch me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
And you guys may not believe it, but this audio is recorded with the microphone of this mobile. It comes with a triple microphone array setup, one in the back of the camera and two at the top. So now let's see what kind of performance can it provide. So now if I talk about the performance, it comes with most latest hardwares you can ever find in a flagship phone. It comes with that Snapdragon 870 5G flagship processor, UFS 3.1 storage of 128GB, 8GB LPDDR5 RAM. These are all kind of specs that you will get on a flagship phone. Let's see some benchmarks. These are some incredible scores that we'll get on a mobile phone, and it sometimes even beats the score of Samsung S21 Ultra, and it may not be as good as Snapdragon 888, but at this budget you won't get any better. The Antutu score is about 6.8 lakhs and it sometimes reaches up to 6.9 lakhs. Now let's see some gaming benchmarks. So at first I tested it at extreme frame rate and smooth graphics, and believe me, it kind of nailed the performance. The FPS didn't even go below 60 FPS, and I believe it can even touch 90 FPS. But if you really want to unlock that 90 FPS in that mobile, you will have to use some GFX tools. So after changing the graphics preset to HDR, I didn't even feel a single frame drop, and you may see some less FPS about ranging from 55 to 60 during some heavy hot drops in classic matches, but I think that won't matter much. After PUBG Mobile, I have tested Call of Duty Mobile at max preset it can provide on this mobile, and the result was quite amazing. As you guys can see that the FPS is locked at 60 FPS, and I didn't even believe it at first because I have kept everything at max preset, and I will have to see that MI has really optimized this mobile phone, and it is kind of a great mobile for gaming, so just go for it. Now let's see what kind of performance can it provide on a highly optimized game, which is ASPHALT 9. Now it's time for testing ASPHALT 9, which is kind of an amazingly optimized game, and I have also kept the graphics preset at its max, which is the high quality preset. It won't go above it, and the 60 FPS is auto unlocked in this mobile phone. Now let's do some drive test. So as you guys can see that the frame rate is locked at 60 FPS, and when I played this game it felt really smooth. So if you guys really want to buy a mobile phone which is kind of budget friendly and also provides kind of amazing performance, just go for it. Now it's time to talk about the camera. So it comes with the wide angle camera 48 megapixel, which is the Sony IMX582. It is kind of an average camera, but the sensor is quite good. So you will get some really good photos at daylight, but it won't provide much of a great photos at night light. It also comes with the 5 megapixel telemacro camera, which is kind of a really great camera if you really like to shoot macro photos, and it also comes with an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and the front camera comes with a 20 megapixel sensor, which is really good. Now let's see some photos and videos taken by this camera. This shot is taken from its main camera, and I think it is a little bit over sharpened, and also real tone is missing in this photo, but the texture looks good, so I think it needs a little bit of improvement. Now this photo is taken at 2x optical zoom, and I think the texture is really maintained and there is no distortion in the image. Now this photo is taken at 5x optical zoom, and this is the point from which the image starts getting a little bit choppy, but I don't think it looks that bad, but there is a little bit of distortion. Now this photo is taken at 10x optical zoom, and I think it looks really shitty and the image is totally unsharpened, so I won't prefer you guys to take 10x photos from this mobile. These are all the photos that I have shown you guys before, and I think there is a huge jump between the 5x and the 10x photos, but overall I think the camera is really good and it is capable of taking very good daylight pictures. Now I will show you a photo taken from its ultra wide camera. This photo is taken from its ultra wide camera, and I think it looks really good and maybe the best you can get at this budget. And now if I talk about the portrait mode, I actually really like the portrait mode other than any other modes, because the background blur is really good and the AI kind of really nailed it. So I will give a 10 out of 10 to the portrait mode of this mobile. Now this photo is taken from its main camera, and to show a comparison between its selfie camera and the main camera, I have taken two photos from the exact same location. Now let's see the shot taken from its 20 megapixel selfie camera. Now this is the shot taken from its selfie camera, and I think it looks really good, and this is the real tone that I was talking about. The back camera can provide brighter photos, but real tone is really missing. Now I took this photo from its main camera, and this photo is taken from its 5 megapixel tele macro camera, and it feels like seeing through a light microscope but of 10 times better quality. This photo is taken using the night mode of this mobile phone, and it was kind of really dark at that moment and I couldn't see anything. And after looking at the picture, I would have to say this sensor is really not made for taking night light pictures. So I hope you guys liked the video, and if you did enjoy watching it, then go and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a video, and don't forget to like my video.